how sweet it is to be loved by you nerds. What is up? It's me, your buddy pal HeyArcher. Welcome back to HeyArcher Live here on Nerd Affiliated. The glitch is happening again on the screen. I can't stand it. Can't stand it. This is your weekly. I'm trying to see if I can like change it like as I'm talking without messing up the stream. This is your weekly Thursday night nerdy talk show where we sit back and relax. I said we sit back and relax. And hopefully by now you've poured yourself just a little bit
more specifically vodka, whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer, more vodka, more whiskey, and more beer.
that is the face of Scotch. That's what that was just now. But yes, the shelves are bare. You guys know why, but I'll talk about it later as per usual. But if you have a YouTube channel, podcast, blog, vlog, OnlyFans, newsletter, smoke signals, whatever it may be, put it in the chat. Support one another. Plug yo shit. We have a fun show in store for all of you. So we're just gonna do what we normally do. That's just shoot the breeze. We're just gonna shoot the breeze. Comic-Con is next week. Pretty excited for that. And of course, most of you know why the shelves are bare, but I'm still going to talk about that as well. So it's going to be a good time. But without further ado, the man, the myth, the legend, it is me. It is me. I'm the problem. Actually, the camera is the problem, but it's me. Good to see you guys here tonight. Yeah, sorry, your boy's late. I was actually trying to be social for once. I actually went out to an event. It was a good time. It was a lot of fun. It was a networking event. Just closing out some windows here. So yeah, it was great. It was a great time. It's pretty short, and I was like, "Hey, gotta go. I got a show to do. Can't be skipping out on the show." So, alas, here I am. But let's get those social media plugs out the way. Well, let's get a camera working. That'd be great. Ecamm, if you could do that for once. Nerdaffiliated.com, your one-stop shop for all things nerd affiliated, whether it's merch or whether it's links. You want to see some Ghostbusters stuff, you want to buy some stuff, donate, you can head over to nerdaffiliated.com. And then you can also find us the audio version of the show. I just realized I did not upload last week's once again. But you can find us over on Instagram for real-time memes, news, all that fun stuff over on Instagram. So let's say hi to the chat because I am late. Again, I'm late. It was for a good reason. Oh, sorry. Like I said, trying to be social. I don't know about you guys in the YouTube space, but you only got a handful of opportunities to meet other like creators and creatives and stuff. Like, I know some of you are fortunate where like EC, for example, like Collecting Havoc and a couple other guys are like in your like region. So you guys, can meet up and go to shows or go to on toy hunts and stuff. Dave has the Buffalo Ghostbusters, but I don't have too many connects up here in Boston. Like there's Billy and there was one other dude. I can't remember his name actually. I think it was Brian. This guy Brian I started running into over in Target and Walmart. But I haven't seen him in forever. I don't know where that guy went. But I was like, hey, I gotta, get out there and meet some other creatives and see what's there, what other people do, and maybe I can learn from them. They learn from me, that kind of thing. So it was a good time. So if you have the opportunity to do something like that in your area, go for it. Make sure it's not a pyramid scheme or something. This one wasn't, but be wary. If you see something, be like, I'll check it out before you sign up for stuff and just see how it is. But luckily this one, you don't sign up for it. You go meet other professionals. My wife told me yesterday, I am no longer a young professional. I'm still young, sub 40. I say sub 50, you're a young professional, right? Or because we're getting a house, are we no longer young professionals? I don't know. Dada Films in the house. Good to see ya. Creativity from the future. Good to see ya. I never know if I should let the cheer roll on or wait till it starts again. I don't know. All good. We're here for you. I appreciate that. Dave's Dimension in the house. Not much attempting to 3D print parts from a Proton Pack before con this weekend. Did you end up finding it? Did you find the nozzle for you to print? Patrick in the house. Good to see you. Glad you're safe, of course. Yep, they are bare. They are bare. EC collecting in the house. Good to see you. It is. Mrs. Archer is really making them sell everything. Yeah, that's what's happening. K-Wall Comedy in the house. Good to see you, Kathy. It's been a minute. Heading to Amesbury next week for Ecamm Creator Camp. Oh, is that happening up here? Oh, I gotta check that out. It's Joe Hendry in the house. I feel like that's a toy collector. Because I've seen that picture in some of the chats. Is it T3, maybe? I don't know. I went to a pretty cool podcast meetup in Charlotte. It's a good idea. There you go. There you go. Cutthroat Comics in the house. Good to see you. KO in the house. Good to see you. Dave said, I found some files not meant for the Hasbro one, but I'm going to make it work. LOL. Were those the ones I sent you over? I didn't realize that the Spirit ones I sent you were for the Spirit Wand. I don't know. My brain didn't go there. So yeah, the shelves are bare in case any of you have not been around for the last couple weeks, or if you just missed those parts. Just gonna take a swig here. Too much talking before the show. So the shelves are bare because we're moving. The move is this weekend. It's gonna be a good time. Moving is always a blast. But no, seriously, we are excited. Glad to finally have it done, I guess. Have that mission accomplished. So it's gonna be a good time. But because of that, I'm also trying not to yell because since the room is now bare, my voice is just gonna echo like crazy in here. So I'm trying not to piss off any neighbors, try to be respectful. But in the new place, I'll be able to yell all I want. But I don't know where I'm going to stream. I don't know what I'm going to do. But we'll figure it out. It's Joe says, nope, none of the Etsy shops will sell their files, so I'm getting creative. Wait, Dave, are you 2 accounts right now? Who is Joe Hendry? I know that's a wrestler. Having friends and family help you with the move? No. Maybe that's why I'm not a young professional anymore. We're paying movers. First time in my life having movers. Thank you, creativity. Moving sucks. Yeah. Dada just went through it himself. All right. Let's go for the scotch one more time. Ooh. Yeah. That kicks. So I couldn't find any of my bourbon. And I bought a bottle yesterday, took it to a friend. Didn't forget there. I just left it there. Let me ask you guys a question. If you take in Dada's case, trees, but for the rest of us, if you take booze to a friend's house, can you take it when you leave, or do you leave it there? Because, like, you take leftover food, right? Like, if you went to somebody's house for, like, a barbecue, you take food, maybe you bring snacks, they make some food. Usually, people will be like, oh, do you want some leftovers? Yeah, I'll take some leftovers. Yeah, you do that. But if you bring booze, do you take it if there's more left when you're leaving, or do you leave it? Part 2 to that question. If you leave it, Dada says leave it. If you leave it, do you expect it to be there next time you go back over? Or it's just contribution, thank you for hosting? Where do you guys fall on that? You can be as loud as you want, TMI. There you go. There you go. Obi-Wan Chingones, good to see you. Leave it, cheapskate. That's what I'm saying. Right? I'm a leave it guy. I just leave it. And if you drink it, that's on you. Yeah, I just leave it. Yes. Mark in the house. Good to see you. It's been a while. Mark says, I think the classy thing to do is to leave it, but classy is oftentimes overrated. That's true. Dada says, you give it as a gift and you leave it alone. Oh. Now, what I have seen, right? Man collects in the house. Good to see you. Hopefully you just finished editing your video so I can watch it tomorrow during my lunch. It's my routine now, actually. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, noon, the Man Collects drops a video. I have my lunch delivered, and I watch his hunt video while I eat my lunch. I love it. So back when I was in New York, there was a group of people that we would hang out with that were like friends of my friend's girlfriend. So not like direct friends, you know, adjacent. Ah, thanks for the sub. I'm glad that finally worked, by the way. I feel like that's not worked ever, but I'm glad it worked. So it was my friends at that time's girlfriend's friends. And my friend and I, whenever we would go to each other's house for like a barbecue or party or whatever, we'd always bring a bunch of food, a bunch of booze. You leave it, you're good. This other group, though, they would come for events and rarely bring anything. Rarely. And then when we would go to their places for events, they didn't really have much. There was not a lot to offer. So my friend and I felt like we were always the ones contributing, not just to our own events, but their events. So we kind of stopped bringing a lot, and then we stopped going because we're like, I'm not going to go and starve on purpose. But that was like the only time where I was like, all right, I'm getting kind of cool with the idea of just not bringing stuff, or if I do, I take it when I leave. You know, I just got a memory back. This one dude, I'm not going to put his name out there. Not like he ever would watch this. I don't think he even knows I exist anymore. But it's one dude. I remember we were at either my house or friends. He brought a case of like, I don't know, Miller Lite or something, right? Nothing crazy. Case of like Miller Lite, Coors Light probably. And we're all like gone. We are gone. It is like 2:30, 3 in the morning, maybe. Time for him to leave. My man goes to the fridge, takes the box of whatever it was. I swear to God, it was like Coors Light. And started taking the Coors Light out of the fridge to put in the box to leave with him. First of all, we didn't even drink that stuff. He brought stuff. We were just like, that's just for you, man. Like, I'm good. I'm going to drink something else. I got to drop. My running joke was always like, if you have a job, you can afford to not drink Coors Light. Treat yourself. But my man took the stuff out of the fridge, put it in the box, was leaving. And I think I was in my a-hole stage. And I was like, bro, you're really walking out of here with the Coors Light? I was like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, it's my beers. I brought them. And I was like, and you're taking them back? Who does that? Why are you doing that, bro? Like, stop. I bought them though. I was like, yeah, you spent all of $10 and there's like 4 left. For what? So, but I feel like you guys are on my side here. I feel like you guys are, you're saying, yeah, cheap fucks, all that stuff. Rambling nerd in the house. Good to see you. Sounds like they wanted your stuff and didn't care to return the favor over to your party. It's true. It's true. Saying hi to the man collects. I'm good with bringing and leaving. There you go. We're all on the same page here. But like, who takes back Coors Light? Yeah, worst beer ever. He did you a favor. Oh, memory unlocked. Another one. I was told one time to stop bringing stuff to a person's house. It was our friend Claire. And every time we went, we would take one of the box wines. Because then you could just take the bag out of the box and just walk around the party and just like share the bag of wine. You know, you think about it in hindsight, but yeah. And one day we were going over for a party and she was like, by the way, don't bring anything. Because we still have like the last 6 bags of wine you guys have brought in the fridge. It's like, oh, right. And we still probably brought another one. Just cause. Saying hi to Dave. Yeah. So I'm glad we're on the same page. That's why we're all friends. We all think the same. Are you guys the same way with the food though? Like, let's say you made like something really good and you took it over to their house. Would you leave it or do you take it? Or take some? If you bring it, leave it. But if they don't return the favor, well, you stop bringing stuff to their place. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like we're on the same page here. All pretty respectable degenerates here, right? Yeah. Well, like I said, Comic-Con is coming up. Comic-Con is next week. Pretty excited. And the Ghostbusters cosplay is finally coming together. Super pumped for it. It's going to be a crazy weekend, but pretty excited. With the food, they can keep the food. All right. Band of Brothers. Why Band of Brothers? I hate when people bring something like napkins or forks. That's a really good point. It's been a long time since I've experienced that, but I do remember that being a thing. Yeah, wow. I remember that. That's crazy. Or somebody like the jerk who like brings chips but like doesn't bring like dips and stuff. You know? Like, why? Why would you do that? Anyway, figure we do a little throwback here. And we'll look at last year's Comic-Con. So, spoiler alert, we're doing Ghostbusters again. Anthony and I are doing Ghostbusters. Steve and Louie will not be doing Ghostbusters this year. So, I'm going to be rocking the gray flight suit. The blue is going to stay behind this time. And Anthony and I will hold it down. My wife is also going to be a Ghostbuster, so I'm pretty excited for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. But we won't have a photographer. So I'm actually wondering and thinking, maybe, yeah, the Dune outfits, right? That was pretty cool. I saw it and I was like, holy shit, I think that's from Dune. It was really good. Really good. I was thinking this year of like not documenting the convention. I was thinking about just going and enjoying it, which I got to do this year because Steve's cousin said he would photograph for me, which is great. So that's why I'm in so many pictures, unlike the norm, because he was walking around and he was just like, oh yeah, I'm going to photograph and I'll do it. Don't worry about it. So, you know, I can't get these kind of shots with me in them. I'm thinking this year about not doing that, not vlogging it, not doing the photos of it, but I kind of do for all of you guys. It's a lot of fun. It's a good time. Is she wearing her pack? I don't think so. I highly doubt it. But who knows? I could be surprised. It's not like I don't have extra. It's not like I don't have extra. But you know what I do want to do again? Because we've done the group cosplays before. I kind of want to do the Captain America thing again. I'm down to do that. Steve, he was Steve Rogers. I was Isaiah Bradley. I don't think anybody else that year. That's actually when I first met Louis. Louis was Undertaker. Nobody else did. Oh, yeah. Anthony was Winter Soldier. That's right. Yeah, Anthony did Winter Soldier. So I kind of want to give it another run. Oh, that's hilarious. I know this guy now. Yeah, shout to Julian. It's funny. I don't know about you guys, but because I know some of you guys go to toy shows on a regular basis, more so than like a straight up Comic-Con. But do you guys have those people that you recognize from shows that you're like on a like, hey, what's up basis? You just see them at all your like local stuff. Like that's this guy. Him and I think it's his cousin. They usually do Rufio and Hook. I didn't realize I had a picture of him here. That's funny. There was a guy I saw actually the other day scrolling through pictures on Facebook. And I was like, oh my God, I used to see him at everything. Oh, excuse me. Pre-COVID. I forgot he existed. I feel like a jerk. Because I've slowed down on the conventions since then. Apparently, I'm in the chat working on my sound situation on my board. So many steps. Oh, that's Anthony. All right. I was like, what? Yeah. You have to do some sort of documentation. Yeah. So what I did, I believe this year when we did the cap thing, I think I documented the whole thing on my phone and then the pictures were on the camera. I might have done the same actually last year. I don't fully remember. 2021. Okay, that was, Steven Universe did that one. That was crazy thinking about COVID like that. That was a fun cosplay. I didn't know anything about Steven Universe. My wife was into it. Time girlfriend. She was watching a lot of the show. And I would see it on there, but like I was just like, whatever. But I was like, I'll do the cosplay with you. So I bought this. There's Steve there. I bought this jacket, I think, on Amazon. Probably the shirt too. But the shirt, they didn't have my size. So I ended up buying like a large, maybe an extra large. And I cut the sides off this thing. I cut the arms off because I knew I was going to sweat too much in the jacket. So I cut the whole side. So all that would be exposed. So that way I could wear the shirt. It was fun. A lot of people knew the cosplay. And I was just like, I had no idea that'd be a thing. I was like, yes, it is Steven's Universe. And apparently that's not how that show works. But there's a lot of other Steven Universes there. So it was a good time. That was a fun cosplay. She was one of the gem mint people. No. Gemstones. Whatever they're called. I don't know. Let's see. And then I think the group cosplay before that was when we all did Marvel, and that was 2019. Crazy to think we lost out on a 2020 convention. Oh, I don't have that on here. Right? Oh, wow. I don't have that on here. Yeah, we all did Marvel. That was the year I did Bishop. Steve was Gambit, and Anthony was Daredevil. That was a fun one, too. That was a fun one. But I'm telling you, if you get a chance to do a convention, try to do a group cosplay. It really enhances the experience. It's a lot of fun, especially if it's something recognizable. There's actually, so there's two ways you can go about a cosplay, in my opinion. And both, I believe, are great experiences. A, you're something super recognizable, of which case you do run the gamble of a lot of people are that cosplay and nobody stops you. So that is possible. But if you do want people to recognize you, you do something super popular. So people are like, oh my God, you're blah, blah, blah. Right? That's one way to do it. The other way to do it is you go super obscure. Super obscure. And the reason I like that move is the one person who knows who you are, game changer. You feel like everything was worth it. Like, I made it. Yes. It's like you feel so good about yourself. So good about yourself. I don't know. I'm looking at my Facebook albums now to see if I have a picture of this thing. I don't think I do. Yeah, I don't know if I would have it, but I'll show this one. So back in, which top of my head, I can't even remember, 2016. So in 2016, I did Teen Titans Cyborg from The Night Begins to Shine. I saw the segment. That was back when synthwave and retro wave was becoming like super popular. And I was like, this is my shit. This is my shit. Megadan in the house. Good to see you. So I was like, I'm gonna try my best to make a cyborg costume from The Night Begins to Shine. And I tell you, not many people knew who I was, but the ones that did, like Max and Brian here from IGN, were like, yes. Yes. And I was like, fuck yes. You know who I am, and I know who you are. So, like I said, two different ways. I always say you can go if you really want people to like boost your ego, super recognizable or super niche. Because that one person who knows who you are makes your day, makes your whole year. I'm going to try to find the other one. I just don't remember what year that would have been. Yeah, clean shaven Archer. That was a different person. I've debated going clean shaven again, but I don't think my wife wants that. It's been a long time. Megadan says, I'm confused. When was I given a wrench? I'm surprised. Last week, I think, or week before. Pretty sure everybody here has a wrench now. Oh, Mark doesn't have a wrench. Obi-Wan, I gotta add Obi-Wan as well. Yeah. I think most people have it now. Let me see here. All right, I apologize. You're probably gonna hear an echo for a second. Have it now. And ¿Dónde estás, Mark? There he is. There you go. Yeah, freaking night begins to shine. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Dada, I forgot to answer that question last week. The reason you only have one wing is because of the membership tier that you're at. So, there's like the 2 tiers, and then the 1 tier is 1 wing, and then the higher tier is both wings. The added perk on the additional is you get, I think, 10% off all the purchases on the website, something like that. So that's why you only have the 1 wing. You're honored. Yeah, there you go. There you go. You know, I'm going to try to find that. Night Begins to Shine. Do you guys remember that? Night begins to shine. So,
I saved.
it's funny. Teen Titans Go. It comes out in a post Steven Universe world where a certain animation style became like the thing. Everybody was trying to replicate it, and they did it with Teen Titans Go. They ended up doing the Thundercats show, same animation style, and a lot of us hated it. Absolutely hated it. We're like, what the fuck are you doing? Give me the old stuff. But with Teen Titans Go, it actually wasn't a bad show. And somehow, crazy to think, because of good writing, it was able to overcome the animation style that people just hated. Oh, these are multiple songs. I didn't even know there was multiple songs in the episode. I only thought there was one. Let's see. We're looking for the song. Yeah. Here it is.
From the corner, I caught your name in a conversation, playing hard to get.
I'm going to keep muting it just for the sake of freaking copyright. But great. This is great.
I can't understand. When I look at you, I see the story in your eyes. When we're dancing, the night begins to shine. Night begins to shine. The night begins to shine. The night begins to shine. The night begins to shine. Night begins to shine. When we're dancing, the night begins to shine.
And then he fights something. Let's see.
I see the story in your eyes. We're dancing. The night begins to shine. The night begins to shine. The night.
So that was the look right there. That was the look right there that I was going for when I made this thing. I still have it up? Yes. So if I go... Oh, you just need to be a member for 6 months and I will get my other wing. Did some reading. Oh, all right. I apologize for that. I thought it was a tier thing. It's all... Oh, right. It is that. It's based on how long you've been a member. I forgot I set it up like that. You're the man. I'm sorry about that. I almost made you upgrade for no reason. I'm sorry. If you want to upgrade, by all means. But That was the reason. Yes. I'm sorry. I have not looked at that in a while. So yeah, this is what I went for. Teen Titans Go, Night Begins to Shine, Cyborg. And this is like the beginning of my cosplay like obsession, where I was really like giving it my all. I had no idea how I would make the wolf part, the mask, all of it. And it didn't come out great. I'm not gonna say I like did a kick-ass job here, but the shield I was very proud of. I was pretty proud of the shield, because also I was proud of the spray paint. Like having to use this like neon pink spray paint. I was digging it. And I was digging the blue on the cyborg parts, which is what I actually want to use if I make a real Ghostbusters proton pack. So that guy. If you guys remember who that is. I'm trying to think of the theme song. I'm drawing a blank. I need a word. Ay, 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 ay. There's a dog by, ay, ay, ay. Oh, there's something strange. You look, God. Oh, my God.
Coldplay.
Commercials. Yes, I did. I'm going to use that paint.
It's mighty strange. You looking happily there. I can't say machine bed. Or have you picked your target? Yes, and this.
Ay, 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 ay. It's a dog. Ay, 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 ay. I kind of want to watch Pete. Can I watch Pete and Pete? Is that on something? Would that be on Disney? Amazon Prime, $1.99. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely want to watch some Pete and Pete. Oh man, that girl. Is this her here? Wow, forgot about her. That dude, wow. It's crazy when you like go back to these people and you're like, oh yeah, that person was on the show. Actually, I did see a Artie, the world's strongest man, or no, the strongest man in the world. Somebody on Instagram shared it was like all the celebrity guest stars on Pete and Pete that weren't like full on celebrities at the time, and it had like a crazy amount of people on the show back in the day. Like epic. Wow, they're 47 and 42. That's wild. That is wild. Yeah. That's wild. But on the Shield, I actually got an autograph. And oh my God. I'm so out of the fitness world. I almost said Kali Muscle. It's not Kali. Kai Green. Right? Kai Green. Yes, Kai Green. Kai Green randomly at Comic-Con. Oh, he launched the comic book. That's what it was. But oh, he's also a July birthday. I didn't know that. Yeah, Kai Green was at Comic-Con, and I was like, at that time, I was like really into like fitness YouTubers, and I was like, I need to get an autograph from Kai Green. I gotta find him. So I walk around the convention, again, this is like before I start like documenting stuff for YouTube, and I find the booth. It's the end of the show. The line just about gone. And I was like, Kai, like, you're awesome. You're the man. Can I get an autograph? And he was like, oh, do you want me to like sign the shield or something? And I was like, you know, that's actually a really good idea. It's like, you should totally sign the shield. He was like, well, I don't want to mess it up. I was like, bro, sign the shield. He was like, this is amazing. He touches it. He was like, what? Wow, this thing's so light. What is this? And I was like, it's foam. He was like, what? What? This thing's foam? I was like, yeah, bro. Foam spray paint. Kai Green was just like, what? This is crazy. I was like, I need a picture with you attacking me. And that's why I got this picture. Also, because I was like, I felt like 5 feet taller than him. so I decided to do a photo like this. But my man was like wide. He was like short, but wide. Yeah, here it says he's 5'8", which is probably accurate. That's probably accurate. Might even be like 5'6". But that dude was so nice. So nice. He signed your shield, yeah. He signed it. You could see it there really faintly. Let me see if in any later photos it pops up. I don't think so. I don't think these are in order. No. Oh, Uriah Hall, ex-UFC fighter. Uriah Hall was there. I was like, yo, I got a photo with you. He's like, bro, I love that episode. I was like, yes. See, so that's what I'm saying. Like, there's many routes you could take if you want to do a cosplay. And you can't go wrong, but I would do one of two things, like I said. Super obscure, super popular. One of the two. All right, before we wrap, let's actually look at some box office. Let's see how things are going. I didn't even talk about any of this. Have any of you seen Joker 2? Anybody? I did not expect it to do as poorly as it's doing. Although it has 120 at the moment. 77 mil international, 43 domestic. It probably needs 3 to be profitable, if I had to guess. Because it ain't cheap to move Lady Gaga from like city to city to do press. And I don't even think they did that much press on this thing. Dragonflies are coming. Yes, they should be shipping, hopefully. Cutthroat did not see Joker 2. Yeah, I don't think anybody has, really. I don't think anybody has. Oh, did you guys see the video for Giant Man? Have you guys watched that yet? Let's do that. We're going to pivot. I was going to do movie stuff. I just don't care about any movies that have been coming out. Like movies and shows, I've just not cared lately. It's just not been my jam. I'm calling fake news on something. People are like, oh, Agatha's like killing it on the ratings and like the viewerships. And I don't know a single person that doesn't do YouTube that watches Agatha. Not one. Nobody posts about it. Nobody like, hey, did you watch the show? Like nothing about Agatha. So let me know if you guys are watching that. I could care less about Agatha. Even though Penguin is, decent, I'm losing steam on it. Like I said, Joker 2, don't care. You guys might cancel me for this one. I started watching The Boys season 2. I don't care. Don't care. So I don't know. I think I need a superhero break. Maybe that's where I'm at. Anyway, for some odd reason, Hasbro released this video of the unboxing of Giant Man. And it's still unlisted. I don't know why they leaked it. Not leaked it, but released like this. Dan Young shared it. Mr. Stevie shared it, who also works for Hasbro, and I think a couple other people. But like, just make it public at this point. Like, maybe they're trying to see like what's the interest in this. If they make it hidden and make you have to like seek it out. But like, what's the point of making this unlisted? Just mass release it. Cutthroat said, I watched Agatha last night. It was really bad. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just so repetitive, the way they're doing things. Anyway, let's take a look at Giant Man here and see if we have any regrets about not getting it.
All of your shelf displays. Would you want to go black or white antenna to start here? They all come in a bag
your
here.
pick.
All right, let's go with white because we started this with the black antenna, but then realized that some fans might want the white ones,
Yeah.
I believe, to match the side stripes there. So this pack comes with all 3 sets of antenna because we have the white ones, we have the black ones, and we have the slightly chewed up versions for the zombie expression, which we'll get to.
Yeah, so they all just come with a really nice, simple little post on the more or out a little bit more, depending on your artist-specific liking, because they're always drawn differently from era to era in the books and by artist to artist. So you have the flexibility to mix and match and have a little bit of variety with it.
He looks great here. He's got all the reds and blues popping. His nice silver.
It looks like a good figure. I'm not gonna lie. Who's the guy in the Marvel dress shirt? Do you mean on the left? That's Ryan, I believe is his name. He's on the Marvel Legends team. They're both Marvel Legends team. This guy's one of the engineers of the figures.
But the faces, I think, is my favorite little upgrade from what we did for Galactus a couple years ago. Droid-esque, Ultron bot, I don't know, make up a number, right? Something else crazy that Hank was working on. Pop off the eyes, pick a different set of eyes, and this is keyed as well so that you put the eyes in the right positioning. They snap right on. What face do you want? This looks like we got the sideways looking eyes.
Do you want side-eye smile or angry side-eye? What do you think?
Angry side eye.
Okay.
This is how Ryan feels when I'm standing next to him. And
When he starts talking about figures that we weren't planning to reveal yet, I give like the angry side-eye.
let me show you real quick. Take the brow of the figure, put it under the cheek line of the mask, and it really simply pops in there. Reattach the little jowl plates, and then pick a set of antennas. Now we'll go with a black set, just to mix it up. Once again, just kind of give them a little bit of a wiggle, and they slide right in.
Yeah, the team did a great job. This mask is basically like an actually functioning mask.
Yeah.
But it's pliable yet sturdy at the same time to allow for all that swappability. We heard that nice
Yeah, actually, sorry, I cut him off.
Little click.
click as he.
Put the white ones off to the side, and boom.
And
now
there you
you've
go.
got, once again, you got a
It's something I think that gets missed with these HasLabs is you're backing something you can't see, you can't touch, which is the case for most pre-orders, but you also have no point of reference, which I think is an issue. That snap alone answers a question I had, which is like, is this a beefy figure? Not just a large figure, but like has some weight to it, like thickness to it. Like, does this figure feel like $200? I don't know. I feel like the answer is yes on this one compared to what we normally get. So if you're normally buying a figure in the $200 range and you're not getting ripped off by Mondo, you're buying a 12-inch scale figure that probably doesn't have the crazy articulation that you'd like. It just looks really good. This one, it seems like it has good articulation. Single joint. I don't see double joint here, but single joint. But the textures to it, the different head sculpts, the other accessories that go with it, $200. it don't seem bad if you got an Avengers display going on. Also, can you pose it good without it falling? That's a great question. That is a great question. Yes, you're taking a leap of faith in the product, but you have no choice. Yeah. You know, for example, with the now that I'm into Ghostbusters the way that I am, I don't know if I would have backed the Proton Pack when it first came out, unless I was already a builder. Like if I was at the stage I'm at now where I'm building Spirit Packs, I think it would have been a hard sell to get me on the on a Proton Pack for $400. But because the Proton Pack exists, I had no issue backing the 2 in the box because I know the quality you get with the Ghostbusters team. So I'm like, all right, based on the Proton Pack, I'm willing to bet the 2 in the box will be similar quality. Turns out it was. Got to see it at Ghostbusters Day. But again, I'm one of the few that got to actually like see it, hold it, that kind of thing. With this one here, if I'm going based on Galactus and Sentinel, those weren't as impressive to me. Like I've seen them in person. Actually, no, I saw Sentinel in person. Billy has him. Billy eventually got Galactus, but I haven't been to his house since he got Galactus. But I've seen Sentinel, and the Sentinel quality wasn't enough to make me say I'm going to back another giant HasLab character. It wasn't. But this one seems like it's a whole different animal. And they even talk about it as they're doing this unboxing about, you know, they took a different angle with this one, different creative liberties with this one versus the previous HasLabs. So I don't know. I didn't get to see this last year at Comic-Con. I didn't go to the HasLab booth or the Hasbro booth. I don't know why. Just well, I do know why. We couldn't find it, but I also think we weren't trying. I did see the Super 7 booth. You guys saw that in the video. And I was like, I'm never backing any Super 7 stuff. But with this one, I feel like if I saw it in person, maybe back then I would have backed it. But at the same time, I don't have an Avengers display. And even if I had the space, I don't think I'd have an Avengers display. I'd have to have infinite space to be like, all right, I'm going to now dedicate a portion to the Avengers, especially this version of the Avengers. But I don't know. If I remember correctly, I said I would buy it if one of the tiers was a beat up face from when Captain America beat him up in the Ultimate series. Like maybe I would have backed it just to have like Cap beating him up, but otherwise I'd have no purpose for it. But seeing this video and hearing it, like when they put it on the table, when it head on
version of Giant Man, which was it was my favorite.
It seems like really good quality,
diverse and unique. And if you want to pretend that Hank got bit, you can put the cloudy eyes in a normal face. It all still works together as if he's just starting to show signs of the zombie virus. So you can definitely have a little bit of fun, you know, with the variety of it. Now these antennas are a little bit damaged. They're a little bent, a little bit wonky, which is kind of fun. You can also, they have some chew marks and some deco, and it allows you to put them together in a slightly more crooked manner. So, you know, you can imagine that this guy's a little bit more busted up.
And then you got to do the broken finger, right? We love doing the broken fingers because there's so much articulation in the hands. But you know, when he's a zombie, he doesn't feel the pain. Yeah. So if you want to get in there, all right. So why don't you put him back for our closing shot in some fun human pose while I just take him through the packaging again.
Okay.
Want to do one more variation? All right,
Sure.
so let's just go back to the packaging here, which I know you guys are going to keep. You're not going to throw it out.
It didn't seem like it was that hard to stand up the figure. So, I don't know. I can't think of a Marvel character I'm willing to put HasLab money on. I do want giant Sentinels, like animated series style Sentinels, but I feel like they don't have to be HasLabs. I think they can be the most limited articulation of all time. Rigid, tall, scales like this. they can drop those for like 50 a pop, and people will buy them. Definitely would buy them on clearance, but I feel like they can do that. But otherwise, there's no giant Hasbro figures I would want or need. So I don't think so. When they moved it started to lean a little bit. Yeah. But, a lot of Hot Toys can't stand on their own either. So it's tough. When you deal with that scale, you really got to determine what it's worth to you, Like what it's worth for the collection, the display, the photographs, being a completionist. You kind of got to weigh it out. And something like this for $200, wouldn't do it. But, you go to the other side of the coin there, $200 for like a freaking SH Figure Arts 2-pack with like crazy accessories from Dragon Ball Z, like that, to me, that seems more reasonable than this. But yet that's way less plastic, So you gotta really weigh it out and see. But all right. That's a wrap. That's an episode. There is no episode next week. Next week is New York Comic Con, but I will be at a wedding on Thursday night. Thursday night is a rehearsal dinner. And then the actual wedding's on Friday. So I will not be there, so I will not be able to live stream. If somebody else ends up doing it, then great. There will be a live stream, but I won't be able to do it. Did you buy the 4-pack of Ghostbuster figures? I did not. I did not buy it. Marv in the house, good to see you. I saw the 4-pack in person, and if I can't remember the exact number I gave before Ghostbusters Day, but I remember they announced it before Ghostbusters Day. They didn't. Are you doing a live stream tomorrow? Nice. Make sure you guys subscribe to Marv. I remember that I did a live stream talking about the 4-pack of Ghostbusters. It was before Ghostbusters Day, because I remember in the video for Ghostbusters Day, I said, I'm hoping to see them in person. And I think the price point I had in my head was like $40. I was like, if they're between like 40 and 50, I'd buy them. But I think they ended up being like 55. And I said, out of principle, I'm good. Now, if I ever end up buying the Ecto 1 at that scale, because it's not an exact 1/18th scale, but if I end up buying that Ecto 1 on like a crazy sale, then I'll buy the Ghostbusters, and probably vice versa. If I was able to get those Ghostbuster figures at like a crazy cheap price, I'm just going to pull it up here. Oh, they're doing their Halloween thing again, where they flag stuff as like cosplay for Halloween. Yeah, if I got this Ecto 1 here for anywhere in the realm of like $25, then I'd buy these. And if I got these at like $20, I'd want them to have the Ecto 1, and then I'd buy the Ecto. But both of them at full price, I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Great show. Thanks for the wrench. Of course. I pre-ordered today. You did. Have fun. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. But yeah, over on the Hasbro site, they have the Halloween section. You can check out all the items they have there. And unfortunately, no sales. Wow, the Red Ranger helmet's back in stock. Pick that up if you're on the fence about it. It's a great helmet. The Nerf gun, I do want to get that now that I have a house where I can spray paint outside. I kind of want to buy that. And then I just saw... Is this the one? Yeah, this is the one that Anthony bought. So I didn't realize this. This is the Nerf gun that Anthony's actually using for his proton rifle. So that video should be dropping, or a couple of videos for that should be dropping the next couple days going into Comic-Con. And if you decide you want to build one for yourself, this, I believe, is the exact model. I could be wrong, but it looks exactly the same. So stay tuned for that. It should be a really good video. I watched it, and I know it's good, but I'm pretending I didn't. But it's a really good video. Whoa, what did I do? Hit the wrong button. Hit the wrong button. But that's it. That is a wrap. It has been bittersweet doing the show for you guys in this office. I'll pour a little bit so you cheers. It's time to move on. We will see what the new setup looks like. Where in the house that setup is. If things go well, then Anthony says there's a new video related to the new Neutrino rifle dropping right after this. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, if everything goes according to plan, then I will resume, not next week, but the week after. And then if not, it'd be the week after that. But hopefully I have that figured out. But aside from that, HeyArcher Live every Thursday, 8:15ish p.m. here on Nerd Affiliated. Make sure you hit the bell to get notified, though, because in case I go on late, at least you get a chance to find out when. Like, comment, subscribe, talk to all you nerds in the next video. No yelling today, but they'll be yelling next time. Peace. Oh, I got some Taco Bell waiting for me. I'm out of here.
What? More specifically, vodka, whiskey, beer, tequila, more beer, more vodka, more whiskey, and more beer.
Yeah, come on, push a button. Push a goddamn button.
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.